Picture this. Yandy Smith goes live, her voice trembling at first, then rising into full-blown screams as thousands of fans watch in real time. She's calling out Mena, not with vague hints, but with a direct accusation. "You slept with my man." The comments section explodes. Hearts, shocked faces, and endless question marks flooding the screen. Fans can't believe what they're hearing. Erica's name is trending within minutes. Clips of Yandy's outburst spreading like wildfire across Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And just when viewers think it can't get any crazier, Mendeecees, the man at the center of the storm, walks out mid-live. Phones are shaking, fans are screaming at their screens. Insiders are already leaking receipts, and the love and hip-hop world is on fire. This wasn't just drama. It was betrayal, chaos, and heartbreak happening live for everyone to see. The internet is in flames. The streets are buzzing, and love and hip-hop fans can't believe what they just witnessed. Yandy Smith Harris went live in the middle of the night, screaming at the top of her lungs that Erica Dixon had crossed the ultimate line sleeping with her man, Mendeecees. But what makes this situation explosive is not just the accusation itself. It's the fact that Mendeecees was right there when it happened. And instead of defending his wife, he shockingly walked out mid-live. You heard that right, he left her in front of thousands of viewers, furious, crying, and practically begging for answers. And now everybody wants to know, is this the end of Yandy and Mendeecees? Or is there something even darker behind this meltdown? It all started with what seemed like a normal late-night IG Live. Yandy had been posting cryptic stories all day, quotes about betrayal, heartbreak, and loyalty. Fans thought maybe she was just throwing shade at haters or sending subliminals to the cast. But when she hit that go live button, everything came crashing down in real time. Her eyes were swollen from tears, her voice was shaking, and within seconds, she blurted it out. "Erica slept with my man." The comment section exploded instantly. Thousands of shocked fans flooded the chat with what? And say it ain't so. But Yandy wasn't finished. She slammed her phone down on the table, stood up pacing the room, and kept screaming. "You think you slick, Erica? You think I don't know? You've been in my face, smiling, hugging me, and the whole time you was laying up with my husband." The energy was so raw, so unfiltered, it didn't even feel like a storyline anymore. It felt like a real-life marriage collapsing in front of our eyes. But the most jaw-dropping moment was when Mendeecees suddenly appeared in the background. Fans could see him walking past, looking furious, shaking his head. Yandy whipped the phone around and screamed at him. "Tell them. Tell these people what you did. Tell them about you and Erica." Mendeecees froze, his face full of frustration, then turned to her and said, "Man, you wiled in," and just like that, instead of denying it. Instead of calming her down, he grabbed his keys, opened the front door, and walked out. The camera caught every second the slam of the door, the silence that followed, and then Yandy collapsing into tears. Within minutes, the internet turned into pure chaos. Screenshots of the live went viral on Twitter, TikTok edits started trending, and even celebrities began weighing in. One fan tweeted, "If Mendeecees didn't do it, why he walk out like that? He guilty." Another posted, "Nah Yandy," screaming like that on live. This is the scandal of the year. But here's where it gets even messier. Alleged insider sources claim this wasn't some sudden outburst. Yandy had been sitting on this information for weeks. Apparently, someone close to the cast leaked DMs that suggested Erica and Mendeecees were spending a lot of time together, off-camera during filming. Rumors of late-night calls, hotel meetups, and even a mysterious missing weekend when Mendeecees told Yandy he was on. Business fans are now connecting the dots and wondering if this live was Yandy's breaking point after trying to keep it quiet for too long. And the way Yandy exposed Itra screaming, emotional, makes it impossible to believe it's scripted. This wasn't polished reality TV drama. This was a woman who looked betrayed, humiliated, and ready to burn everything down in front of the world. But the real twist? Erica Dixon hasn't said a word yet. She hasn't denied it, hasn't clapped back, hasn't posted anything. Complete silence. And you know what silence means in the world of love and hip-hop ether? The receipts are about to drop. Or she's waiting to film her side for maximum drama. Either way, the fact that Erica didn't instantly shut this down is making fans believe Yandy might actually be telling the truth. Meanwhile, people are dissecting Mendeecees' every move. The way he walked out without defending himself is raising even more suspicion. Some are saying he left because he didn't want to incriminate himself live in front of thousands. Others think he left because he's innocent and tired of Yandy's accusations. But either way, the optics are bad because the one thing everyone agrees on is this: if your wife is accusing you of cheating live on camera and you just walk out, that says everything. And now, fans are demanding the footage from the reunion taping. Rumors are swirling that during the reunion, Yandy and Erica already clashed over this very issue and that things got so bad security had to intervene. Could it be that the reunion is what triggered Yandy to go public? Did something happen on that stage that broke her completely? The story is still unfolding, but one thing is certain: Yandy just flipped the love and hip-hop world upside down. This isn't just another fight. This is a scandal that could end marriages, friendships, and alliances all at once. And if the rumors of leaked receipts are true, then what comes next will be even uglier than what we've already seen. Because trust me, this is just the beginning. Long before that explosive IG Live, the cracks in Yandy and Mendeecees' marriage were already showing. Fans have been watching for months, noticing little things that didn't add up. From cold stares during filming to awkward silences in interviews, people knew something was off. But nobody could have predicted Erica Dixon would be at the center of it all. Let's rewind and break down how we got here, because trust me, this scandal didn't just appear overnight. The first signs of trouble started during filming for the new season of Love and Film, Hip Hop Atlanta. Yandy and Mendeecees, who had long been seen as one of the franchise's power couples, suddenly seemed tense. Scenes that should have been sweet family moments came across as uncomfortable. Yandy would make sly remarks. Mendeecees would dodge questions. And producers kept focusing on Erica Dixon popping up in places she normally wouldn't be. Fans started speculating that the storyline was being set up for drama. But no one thought it was this kind of drama. It wasn't just the show either. Social media sleuths began piecing things together long before Yandy went live. Paparazzi-style fan photos showed Erica and Mendeecees at the same lounge in Atlanta on more than one occasion. A few eagle-eyed fans even noticed Erica liking some of Mendeecees' posts, something she had never really done before. Innocent? Maybe? But in the world of love and hip-hop, fans know nothing is ever just innocent. Then came the whispers. Anonymous blogs started running with claims that Erica had been secretly involved with a castmate's man. They didn't name names at first, but the hints were all there. One blog post specifically mentioned a business meeting that turned into a weekend trip. Yandy posted a cryptic quote on her Instagram story the same week. The worst betrayal comes from those you thought would never. Fans immediately connected the dots. Behind the scenes. Insiders say Yandy confronted Mendeecees more than once. Allegedly, she found late-night calls and texts from an unsaved number. When she pressed him, he brushed it off, saying it was about business. But according to one source, Yandy wasn't buying it. She started digging, and when she realized that number was tied to Erica's secondary phone, that's when she lost it. Still, Yandy tried to keep things private at first. Those close to her claim she begged Mendeecees to come clean, but he stayed quiet. And here's where things took an even darker turn apparently. Mendeecees and Erica weren't just sneaking around during filming breaks. Rumor has it that one heated night after shooting, they disappeared together and multiple castmates noticed. Some even told Yandy directly. But she didn't want to believe it, at least not until the evidence piled up so high she couldn't ignore it anymore. The tension reportedly spilled over into the reunion taping. Word on the street is that Yandy and Erica went head-to-head in one of the most intense arguments the show has ever seen. Erica denied everything, of course, but Yandy wasn't having it. Allegedly, she stormed off set at one point, screaming that she had the receipts and wouldn't hold back forever. Producers tried to calm things down. But it was clear this wasn't just reality TV. It was a real-life implosion. And let's not forget the history between these women. Yandy and Erica have always had a complicated dynamic. Erica's been around the franchise for years, but she and Yandy never clicked. They tolerated each other for cameras, but there was always tension. Fans speculated it was jealousy, ego, or just clashing personalities. But now it looks like that tension had a reason named Mendeecees. Named Mendeecees. Social media historians are pulling old clips too. One resurfaced scene from years ago shows Erica joking about Mendeecees being fine while Yandy sat stone-faced. At the time, fans thought it was harmless flirting. But now, they're saying it was foreshadowing. Meanwhile, Mendeecees hasn't exactly been a saint in the past. Let's be real, this isn't the first time his loyalty has been questioned. Yandy has stood by him through legal troubles, prison time, and countless rumors. That's why this cuts so deep. For her to finally break down and scream about it live on camera means she must have felt cornered, betrayed, and humiliated beyond repair. But here's where it gets messier. Sources say Erica may not be the only one. Allegedly, there are other women who have been tied to Mendeecees in recent months. One insider even hinted that Erica was just the tip of the iceberg, claiming if Yandy knew the half of it, that live would have lasted all night. Whether that's true or not, fans are now scouring every clue, every interaction, every blurry photo for proof. And while Yandy is out here screaming her truth, Erica's silence is deafening. No denial, no response. No, this is a lie. Just nothing. And in today's world, silence often speaks louder than words. Let's also talk about the psychological weight here. Yandy going live wasn't just about exposing Mendeecees. It was about reclaiming her power in front of the world. For years, she's been painted as the ride-or-die wife, the loyal woman holding her man down. But in that moment, she flipped the narrative. She wasn't standing by him anymore. She was standing against him, even if it meant publicly embarrassing herself. And Mendeecees walking out. That wasn't just a man avoiding an argument. That was a symbol of him choosing silence over accountability. A symbol of him refusing to defend himself or his wife in the face of the ugliest accusation possible. And fans aren't forgetting that anytime soon. Now the question is, what happens next? The reunion hasn't even aired yet, and this scandal is already bigger than anything the show could script. Will producers edit around it, or will they lean in and let it play out for maximum ratings? And what about Yandy and Mendeecees? They've done for good, or is there a chance for reconciliation? The streets are talking, the blogs are watching, and the fans are dissecting every second. And if you think this was the peak of the drama, oh no, this is only the buildup. Because insiders are whispering about actual video evidence that could surface any day now. Imagine this. Yandy's screaming live was just the prelude. The real fireworks might still be on the way by the time Yandy hit go live. The pressure cooker had already been heating up for months. But that night, the lid blew completely off. The internet wasn't just watching another love and hip-hop dust up. This was the unraveling of one of the franchise's most iconic relationships. Raw, unscripted, and impossible to look away from. When Yandy's trembling voice cracked as she screamed, "Erica slept with my man," the world stopped. Screens froze, jaws dropped, and the comment section exploded in a digital thunderstorm of disbelief. Thousands poured into the live within minutes, dropping stunned emojis, broken heart reactions, and blunt questions like, "With Erica, who?" But Yandy left no doubt. She repeated it again, louder this time, staring straight into the lens with tears streaking her face. "Erica Mena, the one who smiled in my face. The one I called sis. She betrayed me. It was chaos." But here's the kicker. The chaos had receipts. According to insiders close to Yandy, she didn't just go live empty-handed. She had already prepared for the possibility that Mendeecees would deny everything. And in true love and hip-hop fashion, she came armed with what fans now call cheater court files. Midway through her tearful rant, Yandy grabbed her second phone, the one she rarely uses on camera, and pulled up what looked like a hidden folder. Her hands were shaking, her mascara smudged, but her voice grew steadier. She scrolled fast, muttering under her breath, "Let them see. Let the world see." Then came the bombshell. She held the phone up to the camera. Fuzzy screenshots at first, then clearer ones as she adjusted. Messages, flirty, late night. Not Heaven trying to hide it messages. One of them read, "Erica, you taste better than I remembered. Mendeecees, you always know how to make me lose my mind." The live chat detonated. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing. Some screamed Photoshop. Others begged her to stop for the kids' sake. But Yandy doubled down. "I didn't want this out. I didn't want to embarrass my family, but he left me no choice. She left me no choice." And just when viewers thought they'd seen the worst of it, Yandy dropped the first real twist. She claimed this wasn't just about LHHATL. Wasn't even the first time. Her voice dropped to a whisper. It's a kind of whisper that cuts deeper than a scream. "This ain't his first time. Not the second. I've been covering for him for years." The audience froze. For so long, fans had praised Yandy as the epitome of loyalty. The woman who stood by her man through prison bids, legal battles, and the relentless judgment of the public. But now, she was pulling the curtain back, exposing cracks that had been there long before Erica entered the picture. She paced in front of the camera, her movements sharp, erratic. "You think this just started? No, I let too much slide. Faceless names, whispers in the streets, deems I pretended I didn't see. I thought if I just loved him enough, he'd stop. But now, he's sleeping with women I actually know. Women I let in my house. Women who played with my kids." The twist hit fans like a gut punch. It wasn't just about one betrayal. It was years of suppressed humiliation, spilling out in one volcanic eruption. Mendeecees, sitting stiffly beside her during the rant, finally shifted in his seat. He muttered something under his breath. Viewers could barely hear it. But Yandy caught it instantly. Her eyes widened in disbelief. "What'd you say? Say it louder." And then the man himself admitted it. "I told you already. I don't even remember half of that night." Gasps flooded the live. He wasn't denying. He wasn't defending. He was dismissing. That one line turned fans against him instantly. Because while Yandy's pain was raw and undeniable, Mendeecees' response sounded cold, hollow, and detached. But Yandy wasn't finished. She pulled another Receipt voice memo. Static-filled but clear enough. Erica's voice laughing. "What happens in Miami stays in Miami." The comments lost it. Not the voicemail. "This is cheater court." Yandy brought the files. Clips of the live were already circulating across Twitter, TikTok, and gossip blogs before the stream even ended. And then came the moment that changed everything, the first major twist no one saw coming. After exposing the texts and the voicemail, Yandy's phone buzzed again. This time, she didn't ignore it. She picked it up, glanced at the screen, and her expression hardened. "Oh, so now she'll want to text me?" Yandy hissed. She held the phone up for the camera to see. It was a DM from Erica. "I told you to keep your man in check. Not my fault he wanted something real." The live nearly crashed from the flood of reactions. The audacity. The disrespect. It was nuclear-level shade in the middle of a marriage implosion. Yandy's hands shook as she read it aloud. "You think this a joke? You think this funny? Playing with my family? You sick? You actually sick." She hurled the phone across the room, narrowly missing a lamp. The sound of the crash echoed through the speakers of thousands of fans watching live, and then Mendeecees stood up, silent, cold. He looked at Yandy, then at the camera, and walked out. The soft thud of the door shutting behind him was the final straw. Fans screamed in the comments. He walked out. This is done. No coming back. The silence that followed was heavier than any shouting match. Yandy sat frozen, her face pale, her lips trembling. Then Slowly, she whispered, "Wow, so that's it? You just gonna walk away like you didn't do nothing?" The first twist was clear. This wasn't just about Erica. This was about Mendeecees finally showing the world who he really was, and Yandy realizing, in real time, that the man she defended for years might never have deserved it. Fans called it one of the rawest moments in love and hip-hop history. Not a scripted fight, not a producer-manufactured scene, just pure, unfiltered betrayal spilling out for millions to witness. And the craziest part? The night was still young because what Yandy didn't know then, what fans would soon learn, was that even more damning evidence was about to surface. And this time, it wouldn't be just screenshots. It would be proof no one could deny. If fans thought the DM bombshell and Mendeecees' cold walkout were the peak of the drama, they were dead wrong. Because what came next didn't just escalate the situation, it detonated it by morning. Clips of Yandy's emotional breakdown were everywhere. Twitter threads dissected every screenshot. TikTok edits spliced together her sobs with Mendeecees' stone-faced silence. Instagram blogs plastered the DM from Erica across their feeds. Hashtags like #TeamYandyY and #Mendeecees exposed trended overnight. But while the internet debated, a mysterious leak hit the timeline that pushed everything into darker territory. It wasn't just screenshots anymore. It was video. It wasn't just screenshots anymore. At first, fans weren't sure if it was real. A grainy black and white clip surfaced on a gossip blog, allegedly from a Miami hotel hallway camera. The footage showed two familiar figures, Mendeecees and Erica Mena. The quality was poor, but the body language was undeniable. Erica was pulling the door shut behind her, heels clicking against the floor, then reaching for Mendeecees' hand. He didn't pull away. In fact, he let her guide him down the hallway, shoulders brushing, his head lowered like a man who knew he was doing something he couldn't explain. The internet erupted. All over again. Fans screamed. Not the hotel footage. This is beyond receipts. This is evidence. He can't lie his way out of this. By the time Yandy saw it, it had already gone viral. Gossip pages, YouTube commentators, even mainstream outlets were running with it. And when she watched it for herself, that's when the live meltdown transformed into full-blown war, according to insiders. Yandy dropped to the floor when she saw the footage. It wasn't just betrayal anymore, it was humiliation on a global scale. Someone had leaked undeniable proof, and it wasn't just gossip anymore. It was surveillance. Minutes later, she went live again. No glam, no cum. Just fire in her eyes and a blazer thrown over her pajamas like she was ready for battle. Y'all seen it? Good, 'cause now you know I ain't crazy. Now you know I ain't making this up. She grabbed her phone and waved it toward the screen. This man had me raising his kids, fighting bloggers, defending his name while he was out here creeping with someone I called my friend. And Erica. Girl, you bold. But trust me, you not untouchable. Fans poured in more than her first live. Over 100,000 people tuned in at its peak, desperate to see her reaction, and Yandy gave them more than they expected, because just when the chat thought it couldn't get messier, she revealed something chilling. The hotel clip wasn't the only evidence she'd been sent. She whispered, "Somebody in this circle wanted me to know, wanted me to see it for myself. That's how I got that footage." And guess what? There's more. The chat exploded. Who sent it? A producer. Another cast member. A friend turned whistleblower. The speculation went wild. Yandy scrolled through her phone again, eyes darting nervously. She shook her head. "I can't even show y'all all of it. Not yet, but let's just say Miami wasn't the only trip. And she wasn't the only one." That line sent shockwaves through the FANDOMDOM. Wait, was Yandy implying there were more women? More scandals? More cover-ups? The escalation was brutal. The narrative shifted from Mendeecees cheated with Erica to Mendeecees might have a whole history of hidden affairs. And just when fans thought she was bluffing, Yandy pulled out the Ace Cardan audio clip. She pressed play. At first, it was muffled, then clear. Erica's voice, tipsy and laughing, bragging at what sounded like a party. "Girl, you know I had him." Yandy really thought she was untouchable. "Please. What?" "Happens in Miami, stays in Miami." The scream emojis flooded the live. People couldn't believe she had actual audio of Erica admitting to it. Yandy's hands shook as she held the phone closer. "You hear that? That's her. That's who I called my friend. That's who smiled in my face." The internet went feral. Fans started tagging Erica, demanding answers. Screenshots of her Instagram flooded timelines. Some fans even speculated that Erica had posted cryptic stories, mirrors, wine glasses. Captions like, "You can't steal what's already broken." It didn't help her case. Meanwhile, Mendeecees finally broke his silence. Hours after Yandy's second live, he posted a black and white Instagram story with just one line. "Not everything you see is what it seems." The backlash was instant. Fans dragged him for gaslighting, for refusing to take accountability, for hiding behind quotes instead of telling the truth. Others pointed out that he still hadn't denied the hotel footage. He hadn't denied the texts. He hadn't denied Erica's voice memo. His silence was damning, but the biggest reveal of all came from Yandy herself, toward the end of her live. Voice breaking, but steady with determination, she leaned in close to the camera. "I already called my lawyer. Papers are being drawn up. He wanna play games. He gonna lose everything." The chat froze. Divorce, she actually said it. After years of defending him, standing by his side through prison, critics, and cast feuds. Yandy had finally said the word that changed everything. Divorce. Fans gasped. Blogs ran with it instantly. Yandy files for divorce. Headlines popped up within minutes. But here's the chilling part: Yandy wasn't bluffing. Insiders claim she had already been on the phone with her attorney before going live. The hotel footage gave her the leverage she needed. And now, she wasn't just venting online. She was making moves behind the scenes. The escalation was complete. The scandal had evolved from whispers and accusations to hard evidence, leaked surveillance, and legal consequences. And just when the dust seemed like it might settle, the shocking reveal hit. Yandy wasn't the only one gearing up for battle. Mena had gone live to DOT in a split screen. Instagram battle fans never saw coming. Erica appeared on camera hours later, smug, composed, with a glass of wine in hand. Yandy wants to play victim. Fine, but she better tell the whole story. "'Cause I ain't going down alone." The internet lost its mind. What did Erica mean by the whole story? What other secrets were about to be dragged out of the shadows? And with that, the scandal spiraled into uncharted territory. Because if Yandy had hotel footage, texts, and voicemails, what receipts did Erica have? If you thought the hotel footage and Erica's smug clapback were the peak, the internet had other plans. Because once the live streams ended, the world exploded into chaos. Social media became a battlefield overnight. Twitter or X threads ran wild with theories, memes, and brutal debates. Fans split into factions. Hashtag Team Yandy, hashtag Team Erica, and a small but loud hashtag Team Mendeecees. Though even that last group quickly started shrinking. One viral tweet read, "Yandy held him down through prison, through the hate, through the grind. And this is how Mendeecees repays her. Nah, I'm disgusted." Another countered, "Yandy, acting like she perfect. This industry messy AF. Don't tell me she ain't got skeletons too." TikTok edits were ruthless. One showed Yandy's tearful breakdown, then cut to the hotel footage with the caption, "Girl, your gut was right." Another spliced Erica's smug wine sip with Cardi B's infamous "What was the reason?" meme, racking up millions of views, and then the celebrities started chiming in. Mama D wasted no time. She went live from her kitchen, bonnet and all, shouting into her phone, "I been told Yandy that man wasn't no good." But she ain't wanna listen. Now look, he out here embarrassing her with that lil trollop. Yandy baby, leave his ass. Period. Fans screamed in the comments, calling Mama D the realest voice of reason. But it didn't stop there. K. Michelle slid into the mess with a shady tweet. Imagine defending a man against the whole world just to get clowned by him? Couldn't be me. Well, actually, it was me once. Chilly, good luck, sis. The shade was unmistakable. And it set the blogs ablaze. Even Safari chimed in awkwardly, posting on Instagram. Y'all stop dragging Erica. She ain't perfect, but this ain't helping nothing. Prayers for everyone. The comments section roasted him alive, calling him Captain Mena and reminding him of his own messy history with Erica. But the most shocking industry reaction came from Mona Scott-Young, the queen behind Love and Hip Hop herself. While she didn't directly comment, insiders leaked that Mona was already calling emergency meetings. Producers were allegedly scrambling to decide whether to air Yandy's live drama in the upcoming reunion special or keep it off the show entirely to avoid lawsuits. One insider whispered, the reunion was already taped, but this scandal? It's bigger than the reunion. Mona's trying to figure out if she needs to bring everyone back to reshoot or just let the internet handle it. Either way, it's gold for the franchise. Fans speculated nonstop, was the footage real? Was it leaked by a cast member? Some even accused production of orchestrating the leak to boost ratings, though others swore Yandy's raw pain was way too real to be scripted. Meanwhile, the cast began to pick sides. Carly red-liked a shady post that read, "Friends don't sleep with friends, men, period." Spice dropped a cryptic comment, "Energy never lies." And Sierra Gates posted on her story, "Praying for my sis Yandy. Betrayal hit different when it's from your own circle." But perhaps the wildest response came from Mena herself, hours after Yandy's second live. Erica doubled down on her Instagram story with a single post. A shattered heart emoji overlaid on a photo of her hand clinking wine glasses with another woman. The caption read, "Can't steal what was already broken." The internet exploded all over again. Some called her heartless. Others praised her for owning her truth. But one thing was clear. Erica wasn't backing down. As for Mendeecees, his silence only fueled the fire. Apart from his vague "not everything you see is what it seems" post, he refused to address the scandal directly. Fans dragged him mercilessly. "Sir, this ain't a magic trick. We saw you in the hallway." Others mocked him with hashtags like #silent but guilty and #hallwayhustler.the. Industry fallout was immediate. Sponsors reportedly started pulling away from Mendeecees projects. A rumored endorsement deal with a men's grooming line allegedly froze overnight. Insiders claimed producers were furious, calling him a liability and worrying the scandal could overshadow the entire franchise. But for Yandy, the public tide was shifting in her favor. Her exclusive interview where she calmly laid out her side went viral, shared by celebrities, activists, and even mainstream outlets. Fans praised her for reclaiming her narrative. The #stand with Yandy surged, drowning out Erica's shade and Mendeecees' cryptic silence. Still, the division was fierce. Some fans called Yandy's meltdown performative. Others insisted Erica was being scapegoated. And through it all, one thing became clear. This wasn't just love and hip-hop drama anymore. It was a cultural moment. And just when everyone thought the scandal had hit maximum exposure, whispers began circulating of one last twist, one that could flip the entire narrative upside down. Because according to alleged insiders, Erica wasn't done talking just when fans thought the storm couldn't get any wilder. The internet was hit with one last bombshell. Erica Mena silent no more decided she wasn't about to let Yandy dominate the narrative. And what she did next left jaws on the floor. Late at night, Erica went live. No glam, no makeup, just her in a dimly lit room, glass of wine in hand, eyes sharp and voice steady. Fans poured in by the tens of thousands, curious and messy, ready to hear her side. And then she said it, Yandy wants to play the victim, but she hasn't told y'all the full story. Since she wants receipts, let's really talk receipts. The comments section instantly blew up. People begged her to log off. Others screamed, "Drop the T." And Erica, she didn't hesitate. She pulled out her phone, scrolled, started reading. She claimed she had texts from Mendeecees and Mendeecees, and Yandy herself that proved Yandy knew about his cheating long before the scandal broke. She covered for him for years, Erica said. She knew. She just didn't want y'all to know. Fans lost it. Some accused Erica of deflecting. Others believed every word. But Erica wasn't done. She leaned in closer to the camera, her voice dropping. And don't act like Yandy innocent. She was talking to another man while Mendeecees was locked up. Yeah, I said it. The internet froze. Could it be true? Did Yandy have her own skeletons hiding in the closet? Within minutes, screenshots began circulating, grainy, blurry. Hard to verify DMs allegedly showing Yandy flirting with someone while her husband was in prison. The blogs pounced on it instantly. Erica flips the script. Screamed one headline. Yandy's cheating past exposed. Blasted another, but Erica still wasn't done. She dropped the ultimate bomb. That hotel video y'all saw? I didn't leak it. Guess who did? Somebody Yandy trusts more than her own man. Somebody sitting right next to her on set every damn day. The live comments went insane. Names were flying. Carly. Spice. Sierra. Who could it be? Erica smirked, sipping her wine. I'll let y'all guess. But just know, it wasn't me. Now, the scandal had layers. Not only was Yandy facing betrayal from her husband and her friend, but now suspicions spread across the entire cast. Fans started dissecting every old clip, every shady look, every sly comment from the show, trying to figure out who the mole was. Meanwhile, Yandy broke her silence with a fiery Instagram post. A black background with bold white letters reading, "Receipts can be forged. Loyalty can't. I stand on my truth, always." The caption, "Stay tuned." The tension hit a boiling point. Gossip pages reported that Mona Scott Young had ordered an emergency cast meeting. Rumors of reshoots started swirling. And insiders whispered about producers considering a special spin-off episode dedicated solely to this scandal. But the most chilling moment came at the very end of Erica's live. She looked directly into the camera, dead serious, and said, "Yandy, you think you know who betrayed you? You don't. The real snake is sitting closer than you think. And when you find out, it's going to destroy you." Then she ended the live. Silence. Chaos. Millions left in shock. Within minutes, Twitter was ablaze. Who leaked the footage? Is Erica lying, or did Yandy cheat too? This just became the biggest scandal in love and hip-hop history. And here's the kicker. Insiders claim there's even more to come, allegedly. Someone else, another cast member, has recordings that could expose both Yandy and Erica. And if those recordings leak, it won't just end friendships or marriages. It could destroy the entire show. So now the stage is set for the most explosive showdown yet. Fans are divided, alliances are shifting, and trust has been shattered beyond repair. But the real question remains, who's telling the truth? Who's lying? And who's about to drop the NEXT bomb? Because if history has taught us anything, it's that in love and hip-hop, the truth is never the final word. It's only the beginning of the next twist, and there you have it. Family, one of the wildest love and hip-hop scandals we've ever seen. And trust me, this story is far from over. Yandy went live, screamed her truth, and the internet hasn't stopped buzzing since. Erica clapped back. Mendeecees walked out, and receipts are flying everywhere. But the real question is, who's telling the truth? Is Yandy really the victim of the ultimate betrayal? Or is Erica exposing a deeper mess that's been hidden all along? And let's not forget, Mendeecees himself is caught right in the middle, silent 1 minute, confessing the next. Then storming out like the weight of the world just crushed him. Now it's your turn. I need to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are you Team Yandy? Team Erica? Or do you think Mendeecees is the one who deserves all the blame here? And don't hold back. I want to see all your wild theories, your predictions, your takes on what happens next. Because if there's one thing we know about love and hip-hop, it's that the drama never ends where we think it will. So make sure you smash that like button if you live for this kind of messy reality TV chaos. Subscribe if you haven't already and turn on those notifications so you never miss a single update. Because trust me, what's coming next is going to make this look like child's play. We've got insiders hinting at even bigger receipts, more cast members about to get dragged into the fire, and one final twist that could destroy not just relationships, but the entire show as we know it. Stay tuned because the next chapter in this saga, it's coming and it's going to blow your mind. And it's going to blow your mind.